So, this is my first review for an actual show on YouTube, and usually it's not something that I would do, but given what I experienced this weekend, I couldn't help but feel compelled to. I essentially went and watched Derren Brown's Secret in New York. We live in Chicago, and I must confess, we're huge fans of Derren. Seen everything he's done and read, his books, including the new one, Happy. Um, amazing stuff on TV, from everything all the way from Mind Control to Trick or Treat, all the way to his newer stuff like the art gallery robbery, the horse betting, Russian roulette, everything in between. I guess what I'm saying is, I'm a huge fan, and it was shocking to learn that Derren was coming to the U.S. And the day I learned that, we decided that we're just gonna go for it, and we're gonna get tickets, and we're gonna go and see the show. The reason that's such a big deal is because we live in Chicago, and the only reason we went to New York was to go and watch Darren Brown. And boy, can I say it did not disappoint. Watching Darren Brown for those 2.5 hours is essentially the most fun I have ever had. Now, we did end up throwing in some Broadway and off Broadway plays during the weekend, last moment, just to bide away some of our time. We were there Saturday and Sunday and left Monday morning. But if I had to go back and experience this weekend again, I would rather go and watch Darren and pay $150 or $200 or whatever it is, than be offered a free ticket to, let's say, the Book of Mormon. Now, I'm not saying that because that's a bad play. It's actually great. And it's a great comparison for me because I'm a huge Matt Stone and Trey Parker fan. But it just emphasizes how great this show actually is. Um, I was extremely fortunate. I actually got to be a part of the show as well. And Darren called me up for two tricks, which was unbelievable. But I will tell you this, he has sworn us all to an oath of secrecy, as you may have read so far. And so I won't discuss what was done, but it's important to know that you are not in control at this show. You are essentially like a lamb going to slaughter, and it is a great slaughter. Darren is like a grandmaster, and we are all just chess pieces in his audience, sitting there and being moved around the board as Mr. Brown sees fit, until he's ready to make his final grand move and checkmate. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity for those of you that don't know Darren. You must go see it. You really must. I don't know if he's going to be back. In fact, we like this so much. I am going to try and go back and watch a second show. Again, just to go see Darren. We did get to meet him very briefly after the show. I know there was a contest. I would have loved to be picked and actually spend some time and talk to Darren for a longer period. But, I do want to say on a side note, Darren's a really nice guy. This guy is as big as it gets in the UK. And hopefully the US is going to realize that really soon, as they have done so already. And for someone of that caliber to go in and make us all feel so special, and then come out after the show and ask us, "Are you here waiting for me?" was an extremely humbling moment. Mr. Brown was a great guy on stage. He was phenomenal on stage, but he was just as good off stage when we had an opportunity to meet him and take a quick photo and get a playbill signed. Again, great show. It is the most fun I've ever had. And while I realize this is not a professional review, which, by the way, as you have probably seen, are all glowing, this is, I felt, a uh, average Joe's perspective on the show, and just how much fun it is. It would probably make for a great date. It would certainly make for an awesome time after work. And for those of you that are Derren Brown fans and have followed him and watched his stuff here in the States, this is something you just can't afford to miss. It is a once in a lifetime phenomenal experience. And I hope that the next time I watch his show, maybe I get to meet him for a little bit longer afterwards. But there's just so many things I'd love to talk to him about. Not of course asking him his secrets, but finding out just where this guy comes from. Because to me, in summation, to close this out, I felt like I met today's Harry Houdini. He is, if you're expecting to watch an elephant disappear on stage, or you're watching someone fly up high in between two buildings, well, this is not that kind of show. This is genuine wonder and amazement. It is a mixture of everything magic has been and everything it can be. It is a phenomenal show. So do yourself a favor, contact the theater, get your tickets, because boy, will I tell you, this is just something else. It is uncomparable. So thank you, Derren, even though I know you probably won't watch this, for a great, great experience. And I'm definitely going to come back before you leave, because I know you extended the tour recently. And thank you, guys, at Atlantic Theater for organizing this. Everyone there was super nice and very accommodating. And we just, think it contributed that much more to a wonderful experience. Cheers. Bye bye.